YouTube, what up? We got our fourth pick of the week. We are riding with the Buccaneers money line plus 115, hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. I think the wrong team is favored in this one. We got a rematch of last year's wildcard game where the Bucs dominated the Eagles. And we'll see what happens in this one, but I'm not as high on the Eagles as everybody else. Kind of like I said in our video last week, we bet against Philly last week. It didn't work out, but I'm just not impressed with this team. I'm not convinced that they're the same team that everybody still seems to have this branding with. Made it to the Super Bowl a couple years ago. Jalen Hurts had that great run in the regular season. And again, it's very similar to what I said last week, but we forget how poorly they ended the year last year. They were absolutely terrible. They ended as like one of the worst teams in the league. And to crown them as being a serious team again after 3 weeks, they had one good performance, they had one shitty performance, and then one kind of so-so performance. So, I'm not sold on this team at all. Jalen Hurts, I've really downgraded him a lot. I'm not impressed with him at all. He looks a lot slower to me still, and he's really just good when his O-line is good, I feel like. I feel like the O-line really is the heartbeat of that team. I don't know if the O-line was that good or the Saints' D-line was that bad, but I felt like Jalen Hurts had literally 10 seconds to throw the ball every single play against the Saints. But yeah, we'll see. I'm just not sold on him. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith at the time of me recording this have not practiced for the week, and neither has Lane Johnson, who's arguably their best tackle or best O-lineman, period. So definitely some key injuries to look out for Philly. I do think Saquon Barkley is really good. I will give them that. But Jalen Hurts, it's going to start and end with him. And I'll be honest, I've downgraded him to the point where I have Baker rated higher than him. So I feel like we are getting the better quarterback in this matchup, and it's at home for Baker. And, matchup-wise and coaching style-wise, I really like this situation for Tampa. If you look at the playoff game last year, Tampa absolutely dominated Philly. I think they understand how to beat Jalen Hurts. And let's see if they stick with the game plan they used in the playoffs. But it's the game plan I pretty much say every team needs to run against Lamar, but they refuse to for some reason, and that's to run zero. You make these quarterbacks that rely on their feet a lot, like Jalen Hurts, because Jalen Hurts, a lot of time, he's one read on my reads on open, tries to scramble, and he's always looking to get out of the pocket. And with these guys, you really want to, in my opinion, you want to blitz them hard and zero blitz them, because you're going to have safeties running full speed at them, and you're not going to let them, get accelerated. And instead of you being on the defense, you put the quarterback on the defense. So you want to make these kind of quarterbacks like Lamar, like Jalen Hurts, who's like a shitty Lamar, beat you with their arm. And I just don't really think Jalen is totally capable of doing that, or at least not consistently. And that's what Tampa did a lot to Jalen in their playoff game. Todd Bowles, defensive-minded guys, they still got him running the helm there with the same coordinator as last year. And I expect them to know how to beat Jalen Hurts. So I'm expecting a lot of zero blitzes, and maybe we see a similar game we did in the playoffs. And I'm a realist. I'm not expecting it to be that big of a blowout. Philly will probably adjust, watching back film and stuff. But I think that is a solid base, especially now that Jalen likely is without his top two receivers. They'll still have Dallas Goedert, but there's a good chance they won't have A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. So he's probably going to struggle throwing to unknown receivers, because I don't think he's the type of guy to make unknown guys turn into superstars. I just don't. I think he needs a lot of stuff around him to be good in order for him to look good. So I'm expecting Tampa it's a home game for Tampa. I think Baker's better than Jalen, and I'm expecting a good defensive game plan. And they seem to be the team that figured out the code to really making Jalen Hurts look bad. If all those things line up, it should be a good victory for us. I'm realist, though. I do think Tampa probably wins this game by 3 or 4 points. It's the NFL. Most games are pretty close. So I just think wrong team's favorite here. I don't think Philly should be laying points on the road. I don't think they're the monster that everybody else thinks they are. So I'm going to ride with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield. Moneyline plus 115, 1 unit value bet. As you guys already know, probably. A unit is 1% of your bankroll. You don't have to bet my plays. Bet responsibly. Sit on the sideline risk-free. I'm just documenting everything for the public to see how my picks do throughout the season. That's it, boys. We got probably just one more play. I don't think there'll be another. I think there'll just be one more play after this. But yeah, look out for that last video, and I'll see you soon. Peace.